Hi, ladies, and welcome to the Crystal Violet Corner, your space for inspiration, insight, and a little infotainment as we slow down, dive deeper, and rise higher. I want to talk to you today about something we don't always have a language for, something that can stop even the most brilliant, high achieving women in their tracks. It's what Dr. Claire Zammit calls the inner glass ceiling. And if you've been wanting to rise beyond your current circumstances, but you find yourself stuck in a rut, you've probably felt the ceiling. Let's break it down. The inner glass ceiling is not built from the things you can't do, and it's not built from the lack of talent, lack of skill, or a lack of your potential. You see, you've probably already proven you can do pretty extraordinary things. So, what is it? The inner glass ceiling is built from what you believe you're allowed to have. Let me say it again. It's built from what you believe you're allowed to have. So it's not built from your capability or what you believe your capability to be. It's built from what you believe your deservability is. And this ceiling, it's actually held up by three different forces inside of you. And that is shame, lack, and isolation. And these aren't personality traits. Shame, lack, and isolation are patterns that we've inherited and have been reinforced in our identities and our history. And so let's walk through them and talk about what they actually look like in practice. That's shame, lack, and isolation. So shame says there's something wrong with me, or there's something about me that's disqualifying. And it shows up as self criticism or comparison, perfectionism, or shrinking yourself. Shame is one of the things that I carried for a very long time. Shame is what I felt after I had burnout while practicing medicine and then subsequently left the practice of medicine. And so I felt shame because I didn't make it. I didn't finish. I wasn't able to do what I had set out to do. And so that shame felt um, like it made me feel like it disqualified me from doing so many other things. And so instead of stepping out and feeling like, okay, now I have the freedom to do anything I want to do, I actually limited myself initially. And I made it, and it made it very difficult for me to see beyond my self criticism. Uh, and so when you have that shame, it that little voice is telling you things that make you want to shrink yourself or hold yourself back. Um, and that that builds that glass ceiling that you keep hitting yourself on, keep hitting your head on as you try to rise higher. Next is lack. Lack is very simple in that it says there isn't enough for me. It shows up as the fear of risk taking, shrinking your dreams, or settling for less than what you deserve. This isn't about there not truly being enough. It's truly just seeing yourself as not as not having that readily available for you. So this could be that there isn't enough support, there isn't enough time, or it could be a risk taking thing where you believe if I take that risk because there's not enough capacity for me to absorb the risk, everything could fall apart. And so that's feeling that lack or scarcity mindset. And that could also be so limiting. It can prevent you uh, from taking advantage of opportunities that are out there because it feels like those opportunities there's it feels like there's not enough opportunities, and it feels like those opportunities are actually not for you, not meant for someone who in your position. And so that is that other glass ceiling that you could hit upon. And I did loop in a little bit of that shame into that. And I do want to separate those two. The lack is there's not enough. So there are opportunities out there, but there are not enough opportunities to go around. And because there's not enough opportunities to go around, that's where you pulled yourself back from actually being able to reach that level. The third one is isolation. Isolation says, I have to do everything alone. It it's about I have to figure this out on my own in order to be seen as the strong one. I can't burden anyone else. Or you could see it as even if I want help, no one's coming. And so that isolation, that separating yourself and making it so that it's only your burden, it shows up as carrying emotional weight alone, always being the strong one or seeing yourself as the strong one and therefore not asking for help or silencing your needs. So someone may reach out and ask, how you doing? You need anything? And then you minimize your needs. That's isolation. That's that other glass ceiling that can keep you from reaching your next level or make you feel stuck because you can't see beyond having to do it yourself and then reaching out for help. So here's what I know. When you're an early riser or someone who has an awakening before your environment and your circumstances begin to change, then you're already in motion. You're already putting forth some things internally that can help you to grow and be stronger. The thing is, at the same time, these three forces, the shame, lack, and isolation, begin to get even louder. And that shame of I'm I'm not good enough, the lack, there's not enough to go around, and the isolation, I have to do it myself, can really be overwhelming. And that's because when you begin to rise, it begins to disrupt this old story. It begins to change what you believe. And those things that you believed protected you at one point. They served you well. They kept you out of danger. And now it's time for you to grow beyond those things. And so Rise It invites you into a life that your conditioning, that your prior history hasn't fully prepared you for. And so if you're feeling like you're hitting on that glass ceiling, the first thing you want to do is figure out which one of these patterns, the shame, lack, or isolation, are you hearing echo the loudest? Which one is the loudest right now? Is it shame? I'm not good enough. There's something about me that's disqualifying. Is it lack? I don't believe there's enough out there for me. There's not enough support. There's not enough opportunities out there. Or is it isolation? I have to do it myself. I have to always be the strong one. Simply sit with those questions. And the answer as it comes will hopefully add a little clarity and give you a little honesty and no judgment. What you're looking for is awareness because awareness is the beginning of empowerment. And naming the glass ceiling, naming whether it's shame, lack, or isolation, can be the first crack in the glass. I hope this has been helpful. For more on this topic, download your free quick guide below. And if this really resonated with you, head to the Crystal Violet store at stan.store/Crystal Violet for more opportunities to dive even deeper. Thanks for joining me in the Crystal Violet Corner. Feel free to take what serves you, leave what doesn't, and until next time, be well and be bold. Bye bye.